And that's it? It just works?
It's not a scam, if that's what you're asking. Ain't gonna make you put in some glimmer and pull a lever.
Hmm.
See, the way I look at it, this has always been the plan. Playing the game, gambit, the machine, the nine taking the long view.
You think the Nine were telling you to run gambit for this? That they saw everything coming and that's how they choose to prepare us?
Don't know, boss. Maybe they see the future. Maybe they're just a few floors above and can see further down the road than we can. Maybe we're all just squinting at specks, looking for meaning. What I'm saying is, it works. It'll get us what we need, and maybe, if we're lucky, get Sloane what she needs too.
And what is that?
A win.
Saint, what is it? I'm busy.
Does Title know you use her ship to jam my messages to the deputy commander?
This. Sloane doesn't want your help. We're allowed to carry our own burdens.
You and I do not speak for years. When a battlefield brings us together, you choose to lecture. I am not one of your iron beasts, Saladin. Do not treat me as a pupil.
Then don't act like one. You've been alive too long to be this naive.
There is no shame in asking for help, nor harm in offering it.
She isn't asking.
Is that why you don't? I see a friend drowning, their armor pulling them down, so I lift them up from the water, yes?
Sloane held Titan lightless during the Red War. She thrives under pressure.
Tell me, Saladin, are you not doing the same as me?
That's preposterous.
You shield Sloane against my overbearance, do you not? Did she ask you to do that?
You're not turning this back onto me.
You are softer than the Cabal think. More like fluffy dog than iron wolf.
Point taken. I'll remove the jamming signal. Just trust enough to let her learn to swim before you dive in after her.
I will temper my outreach to Sloane. A little. Perhaps I will shift those efforts to opening your heart, Lord Valis. I win! Goodbye, Saladin.
Saladin Forge. To what do I owe the pleasure?
Just thinking about the bad old days, like you said, and that bar you used to tend at the base of Fellwinter Peak. You went by Wu Ming, as I recall, made some coin selling drinks to the Iron Lords, then spent it hiring them to do jobs on the side. Remember all of that?
Yeah, I remember. You left out the part where you threatened to burn it down.
Maybe I should have. I never asked you why you ran that little operation. What did you stand to gain?
With how your pack of wolves tipped their bartender, not much. That place never got too busy, but I had my regulars, and they all had their problems. Some of them just weren't that easy to see from on top of a mountain. Maybe I wanted to call them to your attention.
So you had a better perspective.
Not better, just different.
I suppose I can see the value in that.
Everything's got value, old wolf. You just gotta know where to look.
The ever-forward march of time has a humorous way of looping in on itself. Doesn't it?
In some ways, a long-lived perspective makes it difficult not to see trends die and resurface.
Do you think that's how the witness sees us? Variations of potential, or lack thereof?
What's really on your mind?
Sloane. She is singularly focused on her mission. That type of focus. You forget to come up for air. It's like a death when it's over.
Your command can be an anchor. Keep her from drifting. That's what I tried to do for you.
I seem to recall pushing back against your methods quite often.
The Dark Age drove us to extremes. Your style of leadership is more refined than mine.
It wasn't long ago that I was your pupil. Since then, I'd like to think we've developed a trust beyond authority or duty. How did you foster that friendship while being my superior?
You're not listening, Zavala. I didn't. Remember, you left my tutelage. All I did was give you the lessons I thought you needed to survive. Nothing more.
You're saying I can't be all things?
I'm saying I can't tell you what you want, because our friendship was not of my making. When the Iron Lords fell, when the Red Legion caged the Traveler, when the pyramids filled our skies, my heart was not open. You were. Despite your doubts, others see you as a pillar of strength. They're drawn to the shade you provide. Just stay standing.
You never did tell me why you trust the Nine so much.
Oh, I don't. Not even a little. I trust Orin.
Orin.
Long story. The short of it is, I may have had a feeling or two for somebody a long time ago. Somebody that lost themselves along the way. But there's a little piece of her still out there. A sliver. Who still has a feeling or two for the somebody I could be. So I trust her. Because she ain't never steered me wrong. No matter how rotten I was. Because at the end of the day, maybe we gotta put our faith in something other than ourselves. Even if we're too stubborn to admit it.
I didn't expect you to put a lot of stock in faith.
And I didn't expect you to lose yours and keep moving. Guess we're all full of surprises, ain't we?
I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt that you're being genuine.
Oh, I'm always genuine. People just ain't always paying attention. For real, though, Moondust might have given me a push. Thought it'd help.
Sounds like familiar advice. Is it, though? Helping.
No joke? I think so.
Then we have that in common, too.
Commander, on Titan, I had a moment of weakness. Zivu Arath.
At ease, Sloane. You resisted the will of a hive god. An apology isn't necessary.
Everything I'd done since they took Titan. That was the moment. And I almost faltered.
A metal tested leaves an impression. Something Saladin used to recite when we were young.
It's more than an impression. I accepted a lot, thinking I wasn't coming back. When we secured Titan before, it was survival. But we had hope, a goal. We won, and it was over. This time, something's dragging me back, like that struggle's all there is.
That sounds all too familiar.
Oh?
I was married once.
You're kidding. What was her name, this woman who wooed old man Zavala?
Sophia. Together, we raised a son, Hakim.
Oh.
It was the Dark Age. I was Saladin's charge. Young, reckless, enchanted by a warm memory now.
I've never heard you talk about those days. Is Renpierre's drunken noodle still there, or did we lose it in some catastrophe?
It's still standing. Expanded, actually. Let's talk in person. I'll clear the night schedule.
Uh-oh. Must be for someone important.
An old friend.
Well, I don't know what I would have done if Renpierre's blew up while I was gone. Sometimes those noodles held me together.
We would have rebuilt it. Brick by brick, if that's what it took.